What's up, everybody? Hope all y'all are doing undeniably fan-freaking-tastic out there. It's Monday, and you know what that means. Vlog day once again. And folks, I hope you viewers out there had a good week these past 7 days. Hope you viewers out there enjoyed a good 4th of July, regardless if you're American or not. But if you are American, then yes, exclusively, I hope you did enjoy a good Independence Day. Alright. Because the thing is, you can enjoy a good 4th of July because that's on literally everybody's calendar. Just like the 4th of January, February, March, April, May, June, August, September, October, November, and December. So you can have a good 4th of July like any other date of the month. But again, to my fellow Americans, hope you enjoyed a good Independence Day. My Independence Day was, it was okay. But yeah, my town, they already shot off their fireworks publicly last Friday, like the Friday before this past Friday, a week before this past Friday. Yeah. And my church shot off a lot of them this past Wednesday, so that was pretty cool. But for Saturday itself, though, July 4th, I did actually have to go to work that morning. But right before I clocked out, though, I was given a unique opportunity to wear something patriotic. Alright. Now, unfortunately, due to the size of my muscles getting bigger, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Due to the size of my muscles getting bigger, unfortunately, I kind of outgrew my regular Patriot Patrick clothes. So I had to wear something else patriotic instead. That being my Homelander suit. Yes, just for funsies, I decided to go ahead and cosplay Homelander for July 4th, and I was at work for like the last few minutes dressed up like that. I had already clocked out, but I did walk around as Homelander waiting for my ride to pick me up that day, and right before I clocked out, though, I had to do the most Homelander thing possible. I had to buy a small bottle of milk for myself. That I did. But, anywho, after that, I was able to head out of town briefly. Technically, it's in the same county, but it's on the outskirts of town, technically. Whatever. But anyway, I went to a laser light show, still dressed as Homelander, and, when I did have that suit on, the amount of people that was mislabeling me. I had 4 people call me Captain America that day, and 2 people call me Superman. As a superhero geek, I have never been more insulted. But, one of my church friends was at that laser light show this past Saturday, and she said that just from me that she is going to go ahead and get me a Captain America suit if I'm ready to actually want it or not. Like, she said she was going to get the shield and all. So I might have to message her and say, hey, just wait and give me this for Christmas, okay? We still got a few months. But, yeah, other than that, folks, I really didn't... I've been thinking about this all week. Shout out to Bree Park, though, who was on the vlog with me last week. But the more I've been thinking about it, I really don't have much to review about Supergirl, the movie. Yeah, I still stand by everything that I was saying last week. Yeah, the villain, John Baxton, he didn't really have that much of a backstory. He didn't really do anything to really solidify himself, saying that, yes, he was specifically a villain to take note of. You know, like, John Baxton really wasn't that big of a big deal, pretty much. Like, they didn't showcase him as like an actual threat. That big, they didn't show him that big of a threat. And whoever the Brigands was, nothing really stood out about them, technically. At least from my perspective, anyway. and Lobo, like he's supposed to be an agent of chaos, but watching this, it felt like Lobo was given a leash, and he couldn't be the Lobo that I was thinking he could be. Like he felt like very toned down, pretty much, and like hopefully this isn't the last we see of Lobo for like a live action version goes, but yeah. Honestly, if it wasn't for the idea that Lobo was in the movie to begin with, maybe the movie wouldn't have been watchable for the most part. Yeah. I mean, did it? One thing I will say that walking into this, if James Gunn's core, um, if James Gunn's core idea walking into this project was to increase live action Kryptonian lore, then yes, he did that with the variations of the sun description, like the yellow sun, the red sun, and the other sun. I'm not going to say what color it was, but apparently different suns had different meanings to it. All right, but yeah. Other than that, like, this is very generous from me. I gotta give Supergirl like a good 5 out of 5. Yeah, you're either gonna hate it or you won't. Well, like that's just my perspective. But yeah. Sorry if you hear that dog barking in the background over there. Like he's just beyond that tree line in the distance. Man, that dog is highly stressed out by something. I don't know what the heck's going on. Like, that dog has not stopped barking for the past 20 minutes, it seems like. Yeah, because I was out here trying to, like, make room on my camera or whatever, and I didn't want to, like, start recording until he actually started calming down a little bit. But, no, that dog is highly stressed out by something, and hopefully he calms down soon. But, anyway, folks, I found something interesting this week. I did. I found something interesting at one of my local thrift stores, and when I saw it, my jaw dropped, and I was like, no freaking way. And this is what I found. A Squid Game board game. Now, I don't know how much this is retail. I gotta look it up. But the fact that I bought this for just $1, just a whole 100 cents, dude, that was a steal. That was a steal. And I know man, like that is a story of my life right now, isn't it? I have board games but nobody to play them with. I got board games, but absolutely nobody to play them with. But yeah, I did enjoy the Squid Game series. I have reviewed it on this channel before. I was actually watching all of them last year, actually, in 2025. All 3 seasons. And I'm going to open this up for you so you can see what's inside of it. Now, the way I was thinking about how Squid Game works, like as far as the show goes, it's actually just, how do I put this? It's actually scaled up danger as far as like regular games go. Like, for example, the red light, green light. Anybody could play that without a board game. Anybody can play marbles without a board game because, like, look at this. They actually do have fake marbles right here on the board. Like, everything's like tiles or whatever, from players to actual props and everything else. Like, there's the glass bridge right there. But yeah, with the right um, with the right amount of actual people and the right amount of actual resources, without the death, of course, without the guns, anybody can play um, Squid Game level games pretty much to an extent. Um, but yeah, I was thinking like with that in mind, this is basically cashing in on playground games for adults pretty much. And I was thinking that if they can put it into the form of a board game, anybody can literally actively do it in real life if they wanted to with the correct resources. Just like those fake marbles I showed you. I have real marbles back at my house. So it'll be interesting to read all these rules and see how exactly it works out. All right, there's the I suppose it's supposed to be the marbles card. There's the red light green light card. It's down right here. Let's see what's in here. I suppose that's supposed to be the tug of war right there. I do believe this is the actual Squid game piece right here, and that's the Dalgana, right? With the cookie shapes and everything. Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting to see how exactly these are supposed to work in board game format. Some of them, and dude, some of them like have actual timer cards on here. Like nobody with the phone's actually going to pull out their own timer for this. Some games use a timer. To set the timer to 15 minutes, stack the 5-minute marker and double side. Okay, some games use a timer. To set the timer to 15 minutes, stack the 5-minute marker and the double-sided 10 and 15 marker on the timers. What? Hold on, this is reading weird. Alright, this is actually how it's written down. Alright, some games use a timer to. Alright, some games use a timer. To set the timer to 15 minutes, check the 5-minute marker and the double sided 10-minute marker and the 15-minute marker on the timer of 0 minutes, with 15 minutes face up. To count down, move to the next marker when the timer reaches 0. Team members who have not completed the game are immediately eliminated. What the heck? Just use a regular timer on your phone. What? Let's see. All right. How do people play the Dalgana version on a board game? Seriously. All right. Choose one of the 4 honeycomb shapes you see. The shape you have chosen is the shape you must remove from the honeycomb. You will pass if you poke out the shape without breaking or cracking within the time limit. At the start of Dalgana, each player recruits a new team member. Object: poke out the different shapes without cracking your Dalganas. Components needed: Dalgana board, yes. Dalgana cards, yeah, we do have cards. Placement: on your turn, distribute all the tokens among the 4 shapes any way you like. Place tokens in the shaded sections. Then the next player clockwise places all their tokens. Once all the tokens have been placed, it is time to poke out the shapes. Alright. Rules: Dalgana is played in rounds. Each round. Shuffle. For each round, you shuffle. On your turn, the player to your right shuffles all the Dalgana cards for you. Then you poke by turning over cards until you decide to stop, or you draw the crack card. Ooh! If you accidentally draw the crack card, you lose. You must draw at least 1 card. Exception: if you have no tokens on the board, your turn is over and you do not draw any more cards. If you reveal a crack, eliminate one of your tokens from the board. Your turn is over. Exception: if you draw crack as your first card, eliminate any opponent's token instead. You reveal shape. Okay. Advance one of your token. Okay, I see. Yeah, if I had actual people to play this with, this would be pretty interesting. But yeah. Either way, it's a good. Either way, it's a good shelf collectible, I think, to actually have this. But yeah. Really didn't have that much else to talk about today. I do have stuff ready to go for this weekend SSP, but I gotta organize my upload order, if that makes sense. Yeah. Don't know what I'm gonna be uploading on when this week, except for Thursday. And yeah, of course that's OSG happening. Um, they changed my work schedule last week randomly, and they changed it back for this week. So I do know I gotta go back to work tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, all I can just say is stay tuned to SSP. I do got content coming out this week, and hopefully I can announce this by next month. Hopefully by this time in August I can announce some very good news coming soon. But inspiration has struck for a new project heading into Halloween, and hopefully by this time next month, or at least by the end of August, you will be hearing some good news about a big project coming up soon for this October. Okay? But yeah, I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch yet, because man, I haven't done this in a couple of years. All right, so y'all just stay tuned. All right. But anyway, y'all, thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. And yeah, I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for watching up to this point. And yeah, until next time, make sure all of you remember that I am going live on the 19th of July. I am going live July 19th. Sunday, July 19th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Is that what EST stands for? Yes, it does. Alright. But yeah. Make sure all of you remember to be outrageously optimistic year round. Booyah. I'm out. Love you all. Here comes my hug of appreciation. Bye.